This is a start list for the men's platform event, the next competition in the diving. Way up on the 10-meter board, and just waiting for the competition to start. That's a couple of minutes away yet. The divers have had a good half-hour practice in the water, off the boards. The crowd has stayed around, they've watched a medal ceremony and have enjoyed the entertainment, and now they're going to watch what we hope will be some spectacular platform diving up on the runway here. This is a great opportunity for you beforehand to just study what the platform looks like. It's solid. It's not called springboard, and that's for a reason. Unlike the 1 and 3 meter, which are springboard, because they are exactly that. This is absolutely solid and a long way up. 10 meters looks further when you're looking down from a height like this than out in horizontal fashion. The competition will begin with Zaw Myo Htet, 18 years of age, from Myanmar. Each diver will do 6 dives today, so you'll get some great opportunities to compare the standards as each of them goes through similar routines but not in the same order. So this is a degree of difficulty of 2.3. Here we go.
Zaw Myo Htet Myanmar 105B 2.3.
So they do give the number. Each dive has an associated number, and the diver must make sure that that's exactly what he planned to dive. And here we have, the competition is underway. The 10-meter platform for men on the second day of diving.
Judges score 5.5, 6.5, 6.5, 6, 5.5, 6, 6.
Yeah, the judges are both sides here looking for all sorts of things, but particularly, as we've mentioned previously, and you're well aware of it if you've watched any diving at all, that the entry to the water is the key to it. If that's very good with sort of a rip sound, the body absolutely vertical and all nicely tight, everything tucked together, then that will be a good points earner. Second is Conrad Lewandowski of Thailand. .8 degree of difficulty for him. This young man, has competed a wee bit overseas in Britain.
5.5, 7.
So the divers all getting away, 7, these first two, 6, getting away, getting there comfortably 6. Away. And that's a nice pike where he's really tight. So these divers, you have to be very supple. You'll notice the world's best, the Chinese, are very slim. But this man isn't, he's powerful.
10 meters, 3.2.
And he's an outstanding Malaysian diver. The old man of the field now at 23, the title holder. Starts with a degree of difficulty of 3.2, a backward 2.5 somersaults with 1.5 twist. Thunderous acclamation within this marvellous aquatic centre here in Kuala Lumpur for Ooi Tze Liang. He starts off really well with some 7s in there, if we can hear the call above the noise. 7s and 8s. The 7.5s and 8s. A 76.8 to start.
Jonathan Chan.
He just sets the standard and asks the rest to stay with him. From Singapore, the bronze in 2015, Jonathan Chan. I just love his attitude. He's constantly smiling, and he would have wondered if ever that noise was going to stop. They certainly know they're in a almost hostile environment here when the Malaysians are competing.
6, 6, 6, 6, 6.5.
Just moving off the vertical here in entry. But a reasonable start for Chan. As I say, the bronze medalist behind two Malaysians in Singapore 2 years ago. And this is the second of the Malaysians who was ahead of Chan in that medal tally. Yiwei, silver in 2015. Nice. It's only early last year, he was really stung into reassessing where he was going with his diving when he unexpectedly missed the team for the Rio Olympics.
From Vietnam.
But, as he said, he just needed to concentrate more, try harder, apply himself better, and so he was then off to the World Championships a few weeks ago. Final dive of this round. This is from the 16-year-old from Vietnam, Nguyen Duong.
Judges score 6, 6.
That's quite good and tight through that entire routine. A 2.6 degree of difficulty. It's a nice backdrop, isn't it? So 6.5 is a 50.7 for the diver from Vietnam. Places him in 5th place. So our defending champion leads from his fellow Malaysian. Jonathan Chan is in 3rd place. Lewandowski in 4th, and at the back of the field at the moment is this man, the Malaysian. This is his toughest dive, so he got through his previous one okay, so he'll have a little bit of confidence that he's in some reasonable form. Inward dive, so okay, pushing back towards the board. Oh, it's quite tidy.
Judges score 6.5, 7, 6.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.
Yeah, so he was kept together really well throughout that. And a score of 57.4 with a series of 6.5, 7s and 7.5, so 98.8 for him.
Conrad, Yoseph.
So a very good second round dive for of Myanmar. Lewandowski of Thailand now. lot of that dive was very good. It's just that point of entry. Just didn't quite reach the vertical, and so there's a big splash with the backs of the calves of the legs touching the water on entry, produces that splash. He looks to be have the makings of an accomplished young diver, this.
Judges scores 5.5, 5.5, 6.5, 6.5, 7, 6.5, 6.
Yes, I think he'll be disappointed to see those 5.5s in there.
62430, 10 meters,
Ooi
3.2.
Tze Liang, defending champion. 4 gold medals in Singapore in 2015 to go with 3 gold medals in 2013. He won the gold medal off the 3-meter springboard at the Commonwealth Games in 2014. The first Malaysian male to win a gold medal in diving. With the crowd, you can almost hear the breath being sucked in as they watch the arm stand. Holds it nice and steady. He'll hear that noise under the water, right down at the bottom of the pool.
Judges score 7.5, 8, 8, 7.5, 7.5, 8, 8.
And you saw those feet come together at the last, and they stayed adhered to each other all the way through. 75.2 for a second dive, 152 for his 2 dives. Jonathan Chan would love to go one better than he managed 2 years ago. Oh, again, his previous dive 2 just let him down at point of entry. Nice tuck.
Judges scores 7, 7, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6.5.
Wow. The 7s, 2 of the 7s come out, and the 2 of the 6s, so the top 2 and bottom 2 marks come out, leaving with 3 marks, which are then multiplied through the degree of difficulty, and then a whole complicated system takes place to end up with a number with percentage point in it. Chu, silver medalist 2015. Here he goes. Nice. Fresh back from the World Championships in 2017.
8.5, 8, 8.5, 8.5, 8, 7.5, 8.5.
Good scores coming through. Legs constantly straight and pulled right in. It's a tight pike, and he ends up with a 75, 148.6 for Chu Yiwei. Nguyen. Backward 2.5 somersault off the 5-meter board he's using, which is he's entitled to do. Often happens with younger divers, and this young lad is 16 years of age from Vietnam.
Judges scores 5.5, 4.5, 6, 4.5, 5, 4.5.
Well, you see the discrepancy there. I mean, the variation in scores, and that's one of the reasons, not the main reason, but one of the reasons for them having 7 judges and getting rid of the top 2 points, top 2 scores. So no change there in the top 3. Still Malaysia first and second.
Round 3.
Singapore
Zaw Myo
third.
Htet 612B. 10 meters. 1.9.
So arm stand didn't hold it anywhere near as long as what we saw from Ooi. So he's doing some of his off the 5-meter board.
Judges score 6.5, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5, 7.
Here he goes.
7.5, 7.
38 for him. So he moved up to 5th place from 6th after his second round performance.
Conrad, Yoseph.
Lewandowski
107B.
from
10
Thailand
meters,
now.
3.0.
He's in 4th after the second round. This is a forward 3.5 somersaults with pike. So see how nice and tight he was in his previous dive. Cleaner entry to the water here. Let's see what he was like through the rest of the dive.
Judges score 6.5.
Not quite as good as he had been,
7.
but certainly at entry
7.5.
cleaner.
6.5.
So 63 for him, and for a while anyway he moves up to 1st place with a score of 169.9. But the leader is this man,
107B. 10 meters.
Olympian,
3.0.
World Championship representative, Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, Sea Games. He's just a fantastic example of what's good about Thai diving, about Malaysian diving. His previous dive was top-notch. This not quite so good, but still good enough to keep the opposition at bay.
Judges score 7, 7, 6.5, 7, 5.5, 7.
Oh, a 5.5 in there. But that comes out 215 points to retain the lead. Ever smiling Jonathan Chan.
Jonathan Chan, 305C, 10 meters.
This is a reverse 2.5 somersault. He looks as though he's about to burst into laughter, doesn't he? Now composes himself. Good dive. Gets the whistle from Coach Roy. Here it is, nice and tight.
Judges
Opens
score
out very well. Toes
6.5, 6, 6.
not really
7,
pointing skywards as you would want. And you'll
6.5.
review that. Not too bad, but I want to see them really pointing up. He's happy with that though. He's got a fan club here.
Yiwei,
169.6.
6.243D, 10 meters, 3.2.
But he's might have slipped down a position here. Just notice here it said in 3rd place. And there's still this man to go. See the breeze out there, which the divers will probably be feeling a little bit. It's not massive breeze, but it's there. They concentrate so fully on this, the push. Oh. Nice twists in that concentration. Now the little, hardly a push,
7.5.
but he tucks up nicely.
7.
Nothing
7.5.
dangling out at all. Arms all tight, legs, toes together. 70.4 for him, a series of 7s and 7.5. So that's a good dive by Chu, who now has taken the lead. Down to the lower board, the 5 meter for this inward 2.5 somersault from 16-year-old Tung Duong. Oops, camera just missing that.
Judges score 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. 6.5, 6.
So a bit of to and froing here between those two at the end, but we see now we do have a new leader. So the two Malaysians are in front, but it's not the order we expected, and the mover here is the young Thai diver who's taken over from Chan in 3rd place. Well, we've got a wee battle on our hands here.
Round 4. Zaw Myo Htet 203B.
Who's got the big dives left? I'm just looking at the degree of difficulty for both Ooi and Chu. Pretty much the same. 3-4, 3-3, 3-2. Same degree of difficulty for both of them in their final dives. Developing into nice little contest here between the two youngsters.
Judges scores 6, 6, 6.5, 5, 6, 5.5, 6.
.2, and the Vietnamese diver who's last on the list will be, well, not so much conscious of that, but he certainly knows that he can move up, retain his 5th position with a good place here. Now we've got Conrad Lewandowski, who is in 3rd place after 3 dives. Oh, and he might just retain that. He's putting some real heat on Jonathan Chan.
Judges score 7.5, 7, 7.5.
Wow, really good.
7.5, 7.
It captures it nicely, the underwater camera. It's brilliant. It shows you how deep they can go. They're right to the bottom there and pulling out of it. So, interestingly, in
207C.
second place after the third round, a wee battle going on between the two Malaysian aces. The two who won the gold medal in the synchronized 10-meter platform dive 2 years ago are chasing each other here. Oh. He responds well with that. Quick rotation, 3.5 somersaults. Look how tight he is. Everything together comes out beautifully, and a nice vertical entrance.
8.5.
He'll score well from this. 3.3 degree of difficulty, lost in a cloud of bubbles.
207C.
So 295.85, score of 80 there. Jonathan Chan. This is the same dive that we've just seen from the Malaysian. Quite a good effort too, as he tries to punch back into third place.
Judges score 7.5, 8, 8.
That's the sort of response a diver would like to see from his coach, leaping with joy. And 245.5 now.
307C, 10 meters.
And he's
3.4.
moved into second place at the moment. So he's moved back up into, we imagine, third overall, with this dive still to come. That's a big dive from Jonathan Chan, having seen that bronze medal slipping away to the Thai diver. Our leader, Yiwei. Oh, we see the back of the coach here. Coach Young watched it all the way through and thought that's good, but then those legs did not get into the vertical, and he'll drop points here. Gosh, just when he was really putting the acid on Ooi. So he's back to second, 264.9.
4.5.
He's well back in second now.
4.5.
That's 30 points adrift of
4.5.
the man who's back in the lead again.
Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. After the referee's whistle, could you please be quiet? This is to ensure that the divers can concentrate on their dives. Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Please be quiet after the referee's whistle. Thank you.
We noticed earlier Jonathan Chan just sort of grinning to himself, saying that they're never going to keep quiet here when I'm following the Malaysian star.
2.4.
From the 5-meter board, Nguyen Duong. 2 16-year-olds in this field. It's a tidy dive from the young Vietnamese, and it's encouraging to see some of this young team making an impact here at SEA Games.
6, 6, 6, 5.56.
So after his fourth dive, he's in fifth place still. And we've had another change at the top. In fact, all the way through there. So Ooi takes over the lead. Chu now in second. Chan moves back up to third, ahead of the Thai diver.
Zaw Myo Htet.
Oh, here we go. Fifth of 6 dives.
2.1.
Occasionally, the Myanmar coach has applauded.
Score 5.
Didn't get much reaction this time.
5, 5, 5.5, 4.5, 5.
It's always nice to see the improvement that some of these divers make over the intervening years. There's, of course, the Asian Games, the full Asian Games next year, and then back with SEA Games the following year. So youngsters such as Zaw from Myanmar and Tung Duong of Vietnam, and this man, Lewandowski of Thailand, will have made, hopefully, still with it, and making further improvements. In fourth place. Oh, that's got big wide smiles. If all they look at is that point of when you hit the water, then they'd be happy with that. You notice one of us is a bit loose with the arms at one stage, but in general that's good. That's 289.3 now.
Ooi Tze Liang 307C, 10 meters.
Well, his last dive was good, or very good. And his main opponent, Yiwei, just succumbed a wee bit to the pressure there. Couldn't quite match it, and so he's dropped off by about 30 points. What have we got? 25 points. No, I'm wrong again. 31 points. This man, who's the defending champion, has already won
7.5.
a gold medal here in the 3 meter.
7.
That means that in the last 3 games, well, in 2013, 3 golds, 2015, 4 golds. He's already got 1 here, so that's 8 in total, and maybe 1 here as well.
3.2.
245.5 to move up into third again, or stay in third. What's he got? 289 by the Thai diver, so just a 45. Degree of difficulty 3.2 here. Nice, very compact and tidy from Jonathan Chan of Singapore. 20-year-old looking to make it 2 bronze in succession at SEA Games.
7.5.
3 years ago he was in the Youth Olympic Games and he made the finals there.
7.5.
He's completing his national service currently and is still enthusiastic about his diving. And there it is, 317.5.
10 meters, 3.3.
So comfortably in third place now. That was a very good performance from the Singapore diver, which leaves Yiwei with this dive to get back into second place. Yes, well, he didn't stay in that bad form for long. But gosh, it can be just one slightly off dive that ruins it for you.
Judges score 7, 7.5, 7, 7.5, 9, 7.5, 8.
He's back on song, 339.15. So he's in second, and he's got a 20-point buffer at the moment between himself and Jonathan Chan. The final dive of this fifth round. Pleasing to the eye, that entry from Nguyen Duong.
Judges score 6.5, 7, 6.5, 7, 6, 6.5, 6.5.
He retains his fifth place with 241 points. So now we go to the top. Malaysia 1 and 2 still, 370.65. That's a big advantage. 31 points, 317 for Chan. And still there's a chance there for Lewandowski to pull out a big one and maybe put some weight on Chan for his final dive. We've seen positions change on final dives already here at the SEA Games. That must mean something. This time some tentative applause from Myanmar coach.
5, 6, 6.5, 7, 5, 6.5, 6.
So we say farewell to Zaw Myo Htet of Myanmar at 18 years of age. Nice to see him in the competition and getting through his routine without any major problems at all. Lewandowski 289.3. Briefly flirted with the bronze medal. Oh, nice final dive by the Thai 16-year-old Conrad Lewandowski.
Judges score 6.5, 6, 6, 6.5, 6.5.
Well, all down around the sixes. It wasn't just the moment when he entered the water that they looked at. There was something else just holding him back on scoring points. 334.
Ooi Tze Liang 407.
Ooi Tze Liang
3.2.
just going through his routine. It's like anything, picturing it, visualizing what's required here. 3.2 the degree of difficulty. Inwards, 3.5 somersaults. Getting up into the tuck as well. That'll do it. Another gold medal. Not totally satisfied, but he's doing enough to win it here. Coach picking a few holes in this one.
7.5, 7, 7, 8, 6.5.
That's a great shot, isn't it? How high he looks up there. I'll analyze it, look at videos.
Jonathan Chan,
Probably.
6-1.
Well done. Another gold medal to Ooi Tze Liang in fourth. 317. So, he's... I think I saw that Lewandowski moved up to 334. So it's a straightforward dive performance here from Chan. Arm stand. Enters it well. Gets through the routine. Great cheer from the team in red.
Judges score 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.
Doing that on the floor against a wall's hard enough without doing it 10 meters up freely. Great smile again. 367.9. The bronze position with 2 dives to go. Well, the story of this 10-meter competition will be the fact that Yiwei actually took over as the leader at the 3rd round. But he faltered at the wrong time and allowed the champion, the defending champion, to take over the lead again. But yet again at these SEA Games, it's going to be a Malaysia 1-2 in the diving. 1 dive to go.
614C, 7.5 meters, 2.0.
Encouraging performance from Tung, the youngster from Vietnam.
7, 6.5, 7, 7.
And that will cement for him 5th place.
Ladies and gentlemen, that
283.95, so he finishes in 5th place.
the referees and the judges on duty today. Please stay on with us.
So the youngsters picked up those bottom 3 placings, but really some very encouraging performances from them. The confirmed placings coming up for you in just a moment. And there they are. Malaysia 1 and 2, a 30-point buffer in the end. The defending champion had Jonathan Chang with a 33-point gap between he and the 4th placer. So Malaysia 1 and 2, Singapore the bronze medal. It's exactly the same positions as they filled in Singapore in 2015. The 10-meter platform for men. The top divers from the men's platform come out to an appreciative audience. A lot of them have stayed around since the competition ended, and 3 grinners they are, lit out by the bronze medalist. In between the 2 is the gold medalist, and then the 3rd, the silver medalist. And as you can see from the colors, the flags that are draped around the divers, it has been Malaysia first and second again.
Mascot and sibling will be represented by
In 2011, Malaysia collected 7 gold, 2013, 8, the same as in Singapore in 2015. There are more events this time, but already 5 gold medals. It was a good contest, with the lead changing hands and the battle for third and fourth also being indecisive until the last 2 rounds. We're just waiting for the medal presenters to make their way out from the area underneath the stand. Events in the diving this time, with the usual plus mixed synchronized diving and the teams events. We've already had a teams event, the teams event yesterday. So yesterday 3 events, the 3 meters for both men and women and the team, and today 2 events including this, the platform for men, 10 meters.
Singapore, represented by Jonathan Chen.
And genuinely has enjoyed himself, his performance here. Have a little bit of deja vu. It was 3rd placing in Singapore before his home audience 2 years ago, Jonathan Chen.
Ladies and gentlemen, silver medalist, Malaysia, represented by Yiwei.
For a brief time, a few minutes, Yiwei was seriously considering the center position on this podium. He took the lead after the 3rd round, but he, like last time 2 years ago, receives the silver medal.
And ladies and gentlemen, gold medalist and SEA Games champion, Malaysia.
SEA Games champion again,
represented by
Ooi Tze Liang. Malaysia first, Malaysia second, Singapore third. This is the men's platform, the medal presentation, the anthem in a moment for the host country and the champion diving nation, Malaysia.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Malaysia. and gentlemen, presenting the 29th SEA Games medals for men's platform.
Outside the National Aquatic Centre in Kuala Lumpur. It's been a very pleasant day, late afternoon now at 5 o'clock, and inside there's been quite a crowd built up over the last 45 minutes or so. Some still taking their positions here for a great vantage point on high, looking down to the left-hand end of the pool here, where the 1 metre competition for women is about to start. Run through the competitors as they appear. There are 2 from Malaysia, 2 from Indonesia, 1 from Vietnam, 1 from Singapore, with the Malaysians clearly feeling that their divers will prevail. Well, they have done so far. We've had 3 events. And the Malaysians have won all 3. You can see that breeze outside. Certainly if this was a totally open area, it would have a slight effect on for those up high on the board. And you can see the big banner to the right there. It is just moving around a little bit, but the divers are down here at the 1 metre board. So 1 metre springboard for women first, followed an hour and a half later by the men's platform, the 10 metre competition. That looks so inviting, doesn't it? On a warm day, 31 degrees here. Just getting into that beautiful blue, calm, serene looking pool would be quite pleasurable. The judges have been introduced to the audience. There are judges on each side of the pool. That gives you a good indication of how many people are here. They're the judges. There's 7 of them from all parts of the Asian area.